I didn't have time to practice because we had to go visit my mom's cousin's baby's shower, and then I forgot to practice. How many times have you heard excuses from your students on why they couldn't practice? And as a former piano student myself, I completely understand why students feel the need to explain themselves. They didn't mean to practice, they're not bad kids, they just couldn't find the time. Life got away from them. But now as a teacher, I understand I don't need to hear your excuses. I understand life gets busy and sometimes you don't have control over your schedule. Sometimes you might need to talk with your parents about your schedule. But it doesn't help anything to start off the lesson giving me all the reasons why you didn't practice. Nor does it help build trust between me and my student if they feel like they need to lie. So they start playing their songs for me and it's obvious they didn't practice. And so now we've wasted all that time when I wish they would have come in and just said, Miss Beth, I didn't practice. And so I created this checklist to show students what to say if they don't practice. So instead of giving me excuses or lying, um, they now have a safe and honest way to tell me I didn't practice. And so they can say, Miss Beth, I didn't practice, so I would like to work on, and then they can read from this list all the things that or what they would like to do for that lesson. I appreciate that because it also takes the burden off of me from coming up with all these ideas when I've already planned their lesson based on the assumption that they would practice. They either chose not to practice or was unable to practice. And so to continue to build their responsibility and ownership of their music progression and their music journey, they need to come up with what to do for the rest of the lesson. So that is my piano practice checklist. And also, I'd love to hear from you. What is the craziest or funniest excuse you've ever gotten for not practicing the piano? My favorite one was, Miss Beth, I wasn't able to practice because my keyboard broke and didn't make any sounds, but I still tried playing the songs even without the keyboard playing. I said, you did practice, you just weren't able to hear it. But that one was the funniest one for me. Leave a comment below on what was the funniest or most outrageous excuse you've ever gotten for not practicing.